where you see what's going on there. Rams still down by 1. Joshua Carty here attempting a 44-yard field goal for the win. And then Carty's kick is blocked. And Swagu, Jordan Davis takes it to the house. You're going to have more on this later.
You ain't never run this fast.
You get emotional watching this?
Yeah, it was a tear shed.
The Eagles win it 33-26. 4:05 Eastern. So now it's 4:10 Eastern if you're keeping track at home. We're back in Jacksonville. The Texans are driving. They need a touchdown bad. C.J. Stroud trying to make it happen and is picked off by Antonio Johnson. Yeah, Jags hold on to win 70-10. Big win for them. Ooh, the Texans are struggling. Okay, 4 minutes later in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay just can't do like a normal ending to a game. It's got to be craziness. The Bucs up 26-20, 2 minutes to play. Chase McLaughlin looking to ice the game with 43-yard field goal, but the kick is blocked. Will McDonald takes it in for the score. As you would imagine,
He was right.
Aaron Glenn was fired up. The special teams had a big day yesterday. Get it, coach. Jets up 27-26. Ensuing Tampa Bay drive. 1:36 left. Baker Mayfield to Emeka Egbuka for 28 yards. And the Bucs are closing in on field goal range. Egbuka had another catch that actually wasn't counted as a catch. But then 2 plays later, Mayfield to Sterling Shepard for 20 more. They're driving down the field, shake and bakes, ready to go. It's 4:20 Eastern, and the drama continues. 3 seconds away. McLaughlin right down the middle this time. Tampa wins 29-27. 4 crazy endings, all in the span of 24 minutes. Man,
honestly, Ruddy, your read right there was
Bro, I was
insane
thinking the same.
That's like 6 minutes straight.
All right, Jalen Hurts improves to 10-16 in his NFL career, including the playoffs. In games where his team has trailed by double digits, he's so clutch. Among quarterbacks with at least 15 such games since 1950, that's the 3rd best winning percentage when down by at least 10. He trails only Patrick Mahomes and Hall of Famer Otto Graham, and now he's right in front of Tom Brady. Let's start at the end, Dan. How was Philly able to pull off the blocked kick?
Yeah, I think you go to the first field goal attempt for the Rams, and I think the 2 things you're always looking for is the blocking unit getting pushed, and are those internal people getting their hands up? This is the first field goal attempt of the game. There's Carter and Davis over that really left side. They're getting great push, and both of them are getting the hands up. They missed that kick by 6 inches or something, right? And so if I'm the Rams, I'm sitting there going, we got to handle this a little bit better. We got to be a little bit more stout. A little bit later, another field goal opportunity. Davis and Carter, hands up. Are they getting pushed? Yup. And they missed this one by 4 inches. So you saw the telltale signs of them believing that they can get it done. Both those D tackles in the push. This is the first block kick. There they are again on the left side. Watch the push, and both of them getting their hands up. Bang, right there. This time they get it. He's behind the long snapper. You get that push and get skinny. There's the first block kick, and then the final one. The Rams actually have a backup guard there. Dotson is now out. They put Carter and Davis right over him. Both of them squashed the left side. It's completely demoralized. They're 2-3 yards in the backfield. There's that big left pop. So it's about the Eagles thinking they've got something. And you got to credit Mark, as you know, those 2 big guys on field goals, putting their hands up every single time and getting that push as defensive tackle stars. You saw it early. It pays off in the end.
With them and their special teams coach.
Oh, gosh, yeah. The stars were the story of the game for Philadelphia, and Jordan Davis was one of the stars. And his impact on this game goes beyond the block kick. Multiple game-changing plays. RC's going to break down.
About the big fella.
I mean, he was the story.
I got you. Come on, have a moment.
All right, sorry.
You can't leave him hanging.
So
Jesus.
It was more than the block kick. He had multiple game-changing plays. Ryan's going to talk about the sack, the TFL. But what stood out to me, I'll make it up to you here, watching him was just the sheer athleticism. I mean, this is why Jordan Davis went in the first round. We were at the Combine watching him run, and it did not physically make sense to watch someone that size run at that speed. And then he comes in the summer and he says he's lost weight, he's in the best shape of your life. How often do we hear that? And we write it off because it doesn't mean he looks like he's in the best shape of his life. Notably, he's averaging over 40 snaps a game this year. That's twice as many as he played last year. So not only is he making plays, his availability in this defense has been huge.
Yeah, so much focus goes on the Georgia Bulldog who was drafted the year after Jordan Davis that we've forgotten how talented this young man is. And we got to see it all on display yesterday. Respucia once asked, do you want to see a fat chick slide? Or do you want to see a big man ride? Here you're going to see Matthew Stafford gets out of the pocket. Watch the way Jordan Davis hawks him down as he runs to the sideline. Now, we know Matthew Stafford isn't a blazer, but look at this effort. Look at this speed as he gets to Matthew Stafford. And now, I know big dudes could float, but I didn't know they could swim. Watch this move on 4th and 1. He's going to have the swim move, get it to the backfield. It's a party along with Jalen Carter. And we've seen this play multiple times. I just want to marvel at it. Watch the push, watch him get his hands in the air, and anyone that's ever tried to scoop a football off of the ground as it's rolling around in bodies, they do not understand how difficult it is unless they've done it. He gets to the end zone, everybody celebrates but Jalen Hurts, but it was one of those days for Jordan Davis where he reminded the world, hey, remember me.
Scooping a football off the ground like that, is it like trying to pick up a coin when you
It's not actually
fingernail
hard for guys like
with the good hands?
Yeah, he never had a play look like that.
Lordy. Well, actually, he kind
Very
of
few
has.
women's others have.
Marcus, it was a story of two halves for the Philly offense. What changed in the second half?
A.J. Brown. That's it. Like, listen, he throw it to him. Me and RC was talking about it in the car on the way to the stadium. He's always covered, but you can't stop him from catching the football, and you can't tackle him. And I think this is – I actually thought the Rams at some point was going to either shade somebody over there with him because he was obviously taking advantage of these one-on-ones in man situations. And the fact that they didn't had to brighten up Jalen Hurts' eyes and it had to brighten up Nick Sirianni's eyes. And I think he said something very important after the game. They asked A.J. Brown about it. He said, I think we get conservative at times. It's hard to make that argument when you've won so many games in a row.
Yeah, 19 out of 20.
And you are Super Bowl champions. But it comes a point where he is a $100 million wide receiver. And you have to exploit matchups every time you get a chance. And these weren't any conceptual things. They wasn't moving them or hiding them. It was, you go be the guy we paid you to be so we can win the game.
Some people are better than other people.
Sure.
You guys are the best, though. We're going to be on this game all show long. There's more to come. But let's get right back to Adam as we bring him back in here. Adam, there's some news out of breaking news is how we begin the show, though, and we go right to Adam Schefter. Adam, what's the latest from the 49ers?
Worst case scenario for Nick Bosa and the 49ers, Laura. Test today, a short time ago, showed that Nick Bosa did, in fact, tear his ACL during the game against Arizona. He hurt the knee, went into the medical tent, and as he walked towards the locker room, you could see him flash thumbs down to somebody in the stands. He knew that there might be a severe injury that he had suffered. Now, after the game, the 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan said that the first test led them to believe that Bosa's ACL was intact, but they knew there was something wrong and they had to have him do additional testing to confirm or figure out exactly what was wrong. That MRI today showed that he had torn his ACL in his knee. Now, he had torn his ACL in the opposite knee a few years ago playing in MetLife Stadium. This was a different knee, but it's the same result. He now will need season-ending surgery that will deprive the 49ers of yet another great player. They've lost so many great players this year. Brandon Ayuk out to the middle of the year. Brock Purdy has missed time. George Kittle is on injury reserve, but maybe the most devastating loss might be Nick Bosa because he will not be back this season.
Adam, you just hate to hear it for the 49ers. Injuries continue to be a part of their story. More from Adam throughout the show as we welcome you in. Marcus Spears, Mina Kimes, Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky. Swag, I start with you. What do you think about this news about Bosa being out for the year?
First of all, it's unfortunate for Bosa, obviously. But you can't help but think about how much the 49ers have been riddled with injury. And it's not injuries to, like, mid-tier impact guys. They're guys miss time. Like the dudes that make the difference between championship caliber football team and a team that's just pretty good. So it's devastating news, especially for Robert Saleh coming over his first year, and this defense was playing well. Obviously, Fred Warner is still there. But when you lose an edge rusher, we're seeing across the league how important these guys are towards winning, not just playing well. So it's just a super unfortunate situation for the 49ers and Bosa as they try to move forward.
I'd say one of the, I guess, unanticipated bright spots has been the 49ers defense this season with Robert Saleh coming back. And they've got depth there because Mykal Williams, who's their first-round draft pick, Bryce Huff, who they acquire from the Eagles.
looking good.
Good players, but they're not Nick. This is a defense right now that's giving up like 16 points a game. That's third in the NFL. They're only giving up about 160 yards passing per game, which is top 5. So this was a group that was ascending. It's one of the reasons why the 49ers are 3-0 in first place. This is an enormous loss for this football team.
We'll be on this news throughout the show, as well as more news that Adam Schefter will bring us. But you guys, the end of the 1 p.m. window yesterday was wild, okay? All these games ending in crazy fashion within a Bye.